G'day everyone. This is just a quick fishing tip to help you prevent losing too many lures on snags. Now using this tip, you won't stop losing lures completely, but this will really help you cut down your lure losses. And we call this technique walking our lure through the snags. Now I'm using a large number 1 stump jumper. The big number 1 stump jumpers are probably the best hard body lure in the world for this because they're so buoyant, which means they float very well. If I just dive that down there a foot or so and then stop, look at how quickly it floats back up. Goes under, then it floats back up. So what I'm going to do, you can see there's a lot of snags, big logs out there, logs under here, there's snags down there. I'm going to cast this out like that. I'm going to start retrieving it. Now, as that dives down and starts running over logs, which is any second now, there we go, I'll pause it and let it float over. Then I'll start the retrieve again. That's all you need to do. So you cast it out, you begin your retrieve nice and slow. When you feel that lure start running up over logs, and there's one there, I'll pause it. Just as I just started touching it, it floated up over it, and now I begin the retrieve again. I didn't leave it too late. I didn't wait until the lure had ploughed all the way into the logs. I wait until I just start touching a log or rubbing on a log. There's one now. I'll pause it and go again. There's another one. Pause it, go again. You've only got to give it a half a second pause with this particular lure because it's such a buoyant lure. The number 1 stump jumper floats very well. Lures with less buoyancy that don't float as well, you leave, there's one. Pause it, retrieve. Yeah, pause it now, it's coming up over another one, retrieve. So rather than just casting the lure out and just bringing it straight back in, rubbing over all the snags and the logs, when you feel your line or your lure running over a snag, what you want to do is just pause the lure and just let it float up a little bit and then start, there we go, pause it a little bit, just hit a log, now retrieve it, pause it, it's just hit one, now retrieve. Get 2 logs there and I managed to get through both of them without fouling up. Now there are exceptions to the rule. Sometimes your snag might be there and your lure might just go straight in. It might not rub over it, it might just hit it and hook up straight away. You're never going to stop that. But quite often the lure will come swimming and you'll feel the line rubbing over the log. So pretend that fishing rod's a snag and the lure's coming along like this. What you want to do is stop, let it float up a little bit, then retrieve it back down again. And we call that walking our lure through the snags, and that is a great way to prevent lure losses. And the number 1 stump jumper is probably one of the best lures on the market for using that technique because it is so big and full of air and very, very buoyant.